Hi everyone, I'm Chef Marcy and this is Marcy's Meal Deals. Easy for you to say. My child Lunar is joining us to help me out here today, and today we're going to make chicken enchiladas with white enchilada sauce. We're going to start, we've got 2 cups of cooked chicken that's been shredded. This can be something left over from another meal. This could be something you go to the grocery store and buy one of those rotisserie chickens and shred it up, or you can just take some boneless, skinless chicken breast, cook it in the oven and shred it up for this meal. However you want to do it, you want to get about a pound of chicken or about 2 cups shredded. We've also got 2 cups of Mexican blend cheese. You can use mozzarella, you can use cheddar, you can use Monterey Jack if you can find it. But we're going to set those aside for right now, as well as our whole wheat tortillas, taco size, because for right now we want to make our enchilada sauce. For that, we've got 3 tablespoons of butter that we're going to melt here in a second, 3 tablespoons of flour, 2 cups of chicken broth, 1 cup of plain Greek yogurt, and 1 itty bitty little can of green chilies. That little bitty can is going to go a long way for flavor. We've also got salt, pepper, and adobo seasoning that we're just going to put in to taste. So let's get started here. So we're going to turn our burner on here. There we go. Just to a medium high heat until that butter gets melted. Go ahead and you can kind of stir that around while it melts. That'll help it melt a little faster.
You want me to like coat the whole thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Not the walls though. Just
Yeah, not the walls, just the bottom. So we're going to start off by making a roux, and that's a 50-50 blend of fat and flour. Usually it's butter and flour, but sometimes it can be oil and flour depending on what you're making. It's okay, just give it a little tap it out of the whisk.
It wasn't really little, but it worked.
As long as it worked, that's what matters. Try not to get it all over the place.
Obviously.
This is a good way to use leftover chicken from a previous meal. Like I said, this would also work with pork or beef if you've got that left over. However you want to do it, you want about 2 cups of the meat. All right, that looks good. Now we're just, yeah. Now we're just going to take our 3 tablespoons of flour and I'll sprinkle it and you whisk, okay? And we're just going to sprinkle it evenly, you whisk.
Oh, wow.
Yep. Sprinkle it evenly over the butter.
Got some over there.
That's okay. That little bit's not going to be missed.
Do you want to do it?
You want me to do it? All right.
Yeah, sure.
And you just want to get that flour there into the butter. And it's going to kind of look like wet sand.
Hey, Sparkle.
But we want to give that about a minute or so over not too high of a heat because we don't want it to burn, but we do want to get the gluten and the starch to activate because that's what's going to thicken our sauce. And since it's a white sauce, we want it to stay a nice light color, but we want it to start to get a little foamy in the pan. And I think I need to turn my heat up just a little bit there.
You want me to?
Nope, I got it. Oh, you did. Thank you. All right, there we go. It's starting to bubble a little bit, get a little foamy. You can smell it. It'll start to smell like popcorn a little bit. A little toasty, a little popcorny. What do you think?
It smells like mashed potatoes.
Like mashed potatoes? Okay.
Mashed potatoes.
But that's that starch starting to activate, and that's what, like I said, is going to thicken our sauce.
Mashed
You can
potatoes
see
and
it's getting a
gravy.
little bubbly and thick. So you just want to cook that for about 45 seconds to 1 minute.
Yeah, it smells
Just
like
to get
mashed
that,
potatoes and
yeah,
gravy.
just to get that flour activated. But you don't want, since we're doing a white sauce, we don't want any color in it.
Why?
Because it's a white sauce.
True.
All right, that looks good. Now, Lunar, I want you to slowly add in our chicken broth there.
Do you want me to like even it out?
Well, I just don't want you to splash me because that would hurt and burn. There we go.
That's still enough?
Yep, that's good. Like I said, I just don't want to get splashed.
Yeah, don't splash me either, please.
And we're
Don't worry, definitely can smell it.
we're just gonna whisk that in so that it's nice and smooth.
That smells like queso now. Hold on, I have to go take your fridge really quick.
Papa, you can go out right now. No.
Sorry, I had to take care of that really quick.
We're just gonna bring that up to a low boil,
Hey. Hey,
not
hey,
really a
hey.
full boil.
No. Okay, back up.
And again, that's just to get that starch activated and to get the sauce to start to thicken. And then once that happens, we'll add in our sour cream and our chilies. There we go. There's our bubbles.
You want me to put it in?
Not yet, no. Thank you, though. Just a minute. It's always good to have a helper when you're making sauces like this.
You've made these by yourself though.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean it's not easier with a helper. All right, starting to thicken up and look a little bit like gravy, which is what we want. So we're gonna turn the heat down to medium, because once you add dairy products, you don't want it to boil. Can you back just a little bit? Thank you. Yeah. Once you add dairy products, you do not want it to boil. There we go. All right, you want to put our chilies in? It's just from where I took the label off.
I know, it just scared me.
All right, just go ahead and
No,
dump
I
those
meant
in.
like there was a chili, but it was on the can. It's not coming out.
There we go.
Never mind. Is that one on? There you go. Sometimes you gotta smack it.
Just like a naughty child. I'm kidding.
Okay, don't do that.
No, don't spank your children.
Don't smack your children. That's a lesson that you obviously should know because it's just common sense.
And then we're just gonna stir in our sour cream. We're gonna turn the heat off and stir in our sour cream.
Can I try?
Just keep stirring it so it doesn't get any hot spots.
Oh, you need to add more.
Yeah, we're gonna just scrape out the bowl there.
Oh yeah, it definitely smells like queso now.
And there's not even any cheese in it. How about that?
Sorry, I started choking.
It's okay.
I'm trying to get all in one spot.
There you go. That's good.
That's good.
Okay, get that all stirred in. And there's our white sauce.
Oh yeah, that definitely smells like queso. And that's coming from me, so that's saying something.
All right, now we're gonna take just a little bit of our shredded cheese here. I'd say it's probably about a 1/3 cup or so, and put it in with our chicken.
Here, you loosen that.
And we're gonna pour just a little bit of our sauce in our chicken to moisten it, not a lot, and maybe about a 1/3 cup or so. That's probably good.
Okay. Oh, you have to do it with your hand.
Yeah, we're just gonna fold it in with our hand a little bit. Right now I'm using the chicken to kind of cool down the sauce because it was just boiling a minute ago.
Oh,
There
yeah.
we go. Now's the fun part. We get to fold our enchiladas.
Do we have to add more cheese?
We will put that on top.
Yeah.
Would you hand me a paper towel, please, sweetie?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yo. Oh, I'm really close to the camera. What are you doing? Excuse me. What?
Ah, we forgot to season our sauce.
We
What
did.
kind of chef am I? I didn't taste and season my sauce.
All I did was pick him up. I'm not torturing him. Okay, I can season the sauce.
I don't think it needs any salt, but I do think we want to put some adobo in.
How much?
just go till I tell you to stop. Try not to put your back to the camera though.
Oh, sorry.
All right, give that a stir. That's good.
Yeah, because it's totally a bit. Wait, can I put my back to the camera?
Because people want to see your face, not your back.
Why do people want to see my face? Do we have to add any pepper?
No, I think that's good right there. Because the adobo seasoning does have salt and pepper in it.
Why not would we be adding salt and pepper?
Well, because if we wanted it, it's to taste. So it depends on our taste.
That is a strong smell.
All right, I'm just gonna grab this little cutting board here, just to give us a quick workspace. You wanna grab a tortilla?
Bro.
And we're just gonna take a little bit of our chicken mixture, put it here in our tortilla. Can you see what I'm doing there? Yeah.
I can put it down more. Here, I'm angling the camera.
There we go. So we're just gonna put.
Now they can't see you.
There we go.
There we go.
I don't know if they really want to see me, but.
Shut up.
And then you're just gonna roll it up like that. Can you hand me the pan over there? No,
I was gonna say, why are we putting it directly in the sauce, man?
Then we've just got a 9x13 pan that's sprayed with a little cooking spray. We're just gonna line them up right in there like that. So just get a little handful, maybe a little bit more than that. That's good. Stick it in there. There you go. And just give it a roll, girl, kid, child.
Girl, I ain't a girl.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm still getting used to all that. But I love you no matter what you are. Just stick it in there next
We're
time.
gonna ignore that.
That's all right.
That good?
Maybe a little less. All right, we'll try that. We want to try to get 8 out of there. Let's try to roll this up just a bit tighter.
Okay. Is that good enough?
Yeah.
Is that good?
Yep. And don't worry, we'll fast forward through this part. Okay, keep going unless you want me to do it.
I'm getting it off my finger, man. That enough?
Not that much.
That?
Mm-hmm.
I'm a child, so I don't know what I'm doing.
There you go, that's good. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you want to do it so the flap's down so it'll stay tucked. All right, 4 more.
I don't know if we'll get 8 out of this. Because there's not even enough for one more. So we got 6. So we only have 6. So there's not enough to do more.
Yeah, there is.
There is.
At least 1 more.
We can do a little tiny one for the kitties.
Nah. See if you can get half of that for 1.
Like that?
Yeah, that'll work.
We're gonna have a couple small ones. But that's okay. Small like Oliver.
And 1 last one. Might cut this part out.
Screwed it up.
It's okay.
Da-da-ba-ba-ba. You gotta cut that out.
Okay, so now we got all of our tortillas filled in the pan. Good job, Lunar.
Thanks, man.
We're gonna take our white sauce. Give myself a little space.
I don't know what I'm doing anymore.
Just pour it over our enchiladas like so. This smells really good. Yep, and then we're going to cover the top with cheese. You want to try to get the sauce clear to the ends of the enchiladas so the edges don't burn.
Do you want more on this?
Oh, heck yeah, we want all that on
Yeah,
there.
true.
Try not to get it all over the coffee pot, though.
True. Can I have cheese coffee?
Coffee doesn't taste good with
No,
cheese
I
on
don't
it.
want to do it.
All right, you do it then.
Bro.
Child.
Damn it. Bro. There. Yeah.
I'm not your bro, I'm your mo.
No, I meant for you to call me, man.
You're not my bro, you're my child. Child.
Don't call me child. I'm weird.
All right. Now these are all set. We're gonna pop them in the oven. Where's my little thermometer? Here's my little thermometer. These are great. These little probe thermometers. You stick one in the middle of the middle, and turn it on to temperature. And we want to get these up at least to 145 because they're already cooked. We're just heating them back up again. So.
We're gonna ignore that. I almost fell. Okay.
There we go. And just stick this wire and all right into the oven. So that should take about 20 minutes to a half an hour because it's just going to warm up, melt the cheese, and get all yummy. We're going to clean this up, and then we'll be right back to start on the rice and the black beans. All right, everyone, we're back. We're ready to start on our Mexican rice and the black beans. I'm going to have Lunar get started on the rice here. We've got about 3 tablespoons of olive oil in our pan. So go ahead and turn the burner on.
To which setting?
Medium high.
What's medium high?
Between medium and high, yeah. That's low. There you go.
Is it hot, by the way?
Yeah. And we've got a cup of brown rice in here, so go ahead and put that in the oil. You can stick that up there. And then just use our whisk here to stir that. And that's gonna get, it's gonna start cooking and get kind of puffy and brown, even more brown than it already is. And while Lunar's doing that, I'm gonna dice our onion here because we're gonna need this for both.
Oh God.
What?
Oh, a few things got out and it scared me.
All right, try to not stir so hard.
I wasn't.
All right, so we're just gonna take the top off our onion, but not the bottom. We're gonna leave the bottom on for now. Just cut that in half.
Do I have to stir this the whole time?
Yes.
Oh.
Maybe turn the heat down to medium there. Sounds like it's getting kind of hot, kind of fast. And the reason I didn't cut the bottom off is because I'm going to use that as my handle here. My onion, woozy. That was.
Did you just say woozy?
I did, because it's a good thing I'm wearing a nice thick chef coat, because that would have been bad.
Woozy.
So I'm just going to dice up my onion here. Go. I just chopped up my onion. How's our rice looking there?
How does it look?
It's starting to get a little puffy. You'll see it'll start to look lighter in color and less translucent in the oil.
Ooh, I almost just burnt myself on accident. Yo, be careful around this, because you will burn yourself if you're not careful.
Always got to be careful in the kitchen.
Obviously.
I mean, even, you know, I've been cooking for years and I still do stupid stuff like almost cut myself with a knife because I wasn't cutting away from myself properly.
Exactly. Especially our family. We are big.
Alright, I'm going to go ahead and put our onions. It's about a third of a cup of chopped onions for that dish. There you go.
Do you want to stir this on?
Nope, you just keep going.
Put mine on cold.
Let me finish cutting this onion and then I'll take over.
Okay.
And then to that we're going to add about 2 cloves of chopped garlic or a little over a teaspoon of squeezy garlic. Yes, I cheated and used squeezy garlic this time. Stirring that there. Stirring that until our onions get tender. Alright, yeah, our onions are starting to look a little translucent. I'm going to try to hold the pot up and tilt it. I don't know if you can see that very well or not, but you can kind of start to see through the onions a little bit. So we're just going to take and add 2 cups of chicken broth.
You're stirring after this.
Yeah, a little dribble down the side. We've got a half a teaspoon of cumin.
Do I have to keep stirring?
Just give it a stir. And a half cup of tomato sauce.
That should be good.
No, it doesn't have the seasoning and the sugar and stuff like ketchup. I mean, I suppose if that was all you had in a pinch, you could use ketchup. All right, we're going to stir all that together with a little bit of salt here.
I'm gonna sit down for a minute. I'm gonna take 2. I'm tired from swimming, so I'm just gonna... Is there anything I can do?
I'm going to bring this up to a boil. We need lids.
We do?
We do.
Oh.
Well, I need a lid for this one. Yeah, that's it.
So put the lid on then if you need it.
Not yet. It's got to come up to a boil, and then we got to turn it down to a simmer.
Oh, what a simmer.
A simmer is where it's just barely bubbling. That's how you do rice. You got to bring it up to a boil, and then turn it down to a simmer, and then just leave it for about 20 minutes. And that's how you do rice. Comes out perfect every time.
I'm not gonna remember that tomorrow. I don't know. I'm gonna just tuck my mask off on camera.
And while we're waiting for that to come up to a boil, I'm going to go ahead and turn this other burner on so we can get our beans started. And again, we're going to start off with about 1 teaspoon of olive oil. And to this, we're going to add about a half a cup of the chopped onions. And either 3 cloves of fresh chopped garlic or about 2 tablespoons of the squeezy garlic. I'm just gonna saute those for a minute or two, again, till our onions get translucent. Gunnar, you want to stir these for a second while I chop up some cilantro?
Can I chop some up?
Alright, let me show you how to do so, and then you may.
Okay.
Now I've already took most of the stems off of here. So all you're gonna do, let me get this lid out of your way.
We're gonna pretend that didn't happen.
You're just gonna take, I'll give it a rough chop here. You're gonna put your non-chopping hand here. You're gonna hold your knife in your other hand like this. Your one thumb on one side, your pointer finger on the other side, and your other finger is curled around the hilt here, and you're just gonna rock it. These fingers stay straight out so they don't get under the blade. And you're just gonna rock it around the greens until it's all chopped up. Think you can handle that?
I should be able to. Like this?
Yep.
That's all.
Just like I've always showed you.
Oh, the chopping thing was moving. It smells really strong, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, cilantro definitely has its own smell to it. It is a signature of Mexican and Spanish cooking though, so. Alright, our rice is boiling, so I'm going to turn that down to low and put the lid on it.
You're doing a good job.
Yeah, it looks good. Keep going. Our onions are translucent, so I'm going to add a can of black beans with the juice. Don't drain them, because we're going to put the juice in there too.
No, I might have you cut this actually. It smells
Okay,
a bit
you're
too
doing good.
much.
It smells a little strong. Okay.
Yeah, especially for me.
Yeah, you've got some sensory issues.
What's
So
that mean?
That's with your autism and stuff.
Yeah, on my dad's side of the family, we smell like really good for some reason.
Yeah, you guys are my super smellers, that's for sure.
Yeah, so this is like really strong.
Yeah. And then we've got 1 teaspoon of cumin we're going to add to this. Probably should have used a little bit bigger of a pot.
Probably.
Whatever. And we're going to finish chopping up this cilantro.
I'll stir the beans.
Stir them gently because it's very full. So like I said, yeah, we're just going to use one hand as a pivot point and our other hand's going to work the blade and chop these up. This is very strong cilantro, I will admit that.
Can I turn the heat down?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, I felt like I was gonna flip myself.
All right, that's looking pretty good. I'm just going to take about a 1/4 cup of that and stir it into our beans.
It's strong, man.
Yes, it is.
Oh, I just lifted out my adrenaline. It's okay though, because I'm already stuck under it.
That is good. We appreciate that.
Yeah, obviously.
Alright. Now the beans are pretty much done. We're just going to leave those to simmer until our rice is done and our enchiladas are done. Don't do that. You'll burn yourself.
Oh yeah, don't do that.
And we'll see you in a bit. Alright everyone, the food's all done and we're getting ready to plate it up here. The enchiladas are cooked, so we're going to take them out of the oven. Alright, pull that thermometer out of there. What'd I do with my knife? We'll just get another one. We're just gonna cut these right down the middle to make them easier to serve. There we go. See, the cheese is all melty and delicious. So as I said, we got 8 enchiladas out of our thing. So for a family of 4, that would be 2 each. We're just going to serve them 2 halves at a time. And then we got our Mexican rice here. Give that a quick stir, fluff it up. Our black beans, which if you have a little bit of cajito cheese, you could top it with that. We can use a little bit of our cilantro that we chopped up, that we had a little left over. We can put a little bit of that on our enchiladas too, just to make everything look pretty, make our plate look pretty and green. I also took a lime, 2 limes actually.
What?
I chopped up a lime. There you are.
What do you want?
I'm finishing up the video. Luna was getting ready to spend the night at their dad's tonight.
I can't join.
That's fine. But you can put a lime wedge to help zest things up a little bit, or you could take a little disc of lime like this and make a little slit in it and fancy up your plate. And there you are. Chicken enchiladas with white sauce, black beans, and Mexican rice. Let me know how you like it. If you like it, comment and share in the comments. Give it, share with your friends. Like us on YouTube, subscribe, and keep following. Hopefully, we got lots more to come.